The Hornet Horn. Jeff Horn calls out Floyd Mayweather. He said he's the #1 priority, but he says he ain't ducking and dodging Keith Thurman or Errol Spence. Stay tuned. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops.
I'm looking at anyone. Obviously Floyd Mayweather's #1 on the list, but Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, other big names I'd like to take.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest of boxing. You want to become part of the gang, hit the bell icon, the notification. You want to be squad. I'm looking forward to what's next for Jeff Horn. First of all, shout out to the super chats, the donations, and the Patreon patrons. Jeff Horn, you seen that clip at the beginning. Shout out to my dude at Elite Boxing. They had a press conference for Lomachenko versus Miguel Mariaga in LA. Kind of went under the radar. But Jeff Horn was brought out there just, I guess, for some publicity or whatnot. So he was there. He was meeting Lomachenko, and he was just kind of there for the festivities. And he did some interviews. So shout out again to Elite Boxing. Follow them on Instagram. But you've seen the clip. They have an interview with Jeff Horn. And he says, obviously, Floyd Mayweather is the #1 priority. But aside from Floyd, he said he's down for whatever, basically. Because he named the other top guys in the division, like Errol, the True Spence Jr., or You Better Not Duck Me, Thun, Keith One-Time Thurman. I want to give some quick thoughts on it. First of all, I haven't watched Pacquiao Horn a second time. So I watched it the first time. I had Horn losing and I had Pacquiao winning. That's just me. But I'm open to it being a tough fight. I don't think it was a robbery. Some of the rounds, when I think back, some of the rounds I'm like, you know what, that could have went either way. And there were certain maybe sequences I like, but I'd have to rewatch it, kind of look at CompuBox. Well, not even just look at CompuBox, but just kind of see what was landing and stuff, because it was just a rough and tumble, back and forth tug of war type of fight. But I'm down with Jeff Horn fighting any of the top guys. He's a champion. It is what it is. You're a champion. You have that bullseye on your back. It is what it is. As far as Floyd Mayweather, don't want to see that fight. Stylistically, I don't think it would make for the fight people are looking forward to. Yes, you could argue that Maidana gave Floyd a tough first fight that was exciting. However, Maidana, to me, is levels above Jeff Horn. I think he has more power. I think he's even more awkward. It just so happens Jeff Horn, in my opinion, his style and Pacquiao's lack of adjustment making made for that fight. But Floyd's way smarter than Pacquiao, and I think he's way smarter than Jeff Horn in terms of knowing where he's at all times, escape routes, navigating around the ring. So I don't really see Jeff Horn doing like much better than Chino. I don't see him doing like outdoing what Chino did, because another thing that Jeff Horn lacks that Chino developed when he started in Oxnard and he started working with Robert Garcia is a jab. And he was actually, I'm not gonna say he was out jabbing Floyd, because I have to watch those fights again, but his jab was effective. I mean, Floyd had a busted lip, and I think post-fight he even mentioned like, oh, is there anything that surprised you? And he's like, oh, his jab, he has a good jab. And Maidana is already strong, so the fact that he improved his jab, that was able to set up more. You know what I'm saying? So Maidana, he was doing some stuff. He was like at the height of his career, just beating Broner and stuff like that. Jeff Horn doesn't have Maidana levels of experience to me. Maidana, by the time he fought Floyd, he nearly knocked out Broner when Broner was undefeated and he was the underdog. He had just come off of beating Josecito Lopez, Jesus Sotocras. He had beaten Eric Morales. He had been in there and gave Amir Khan hell after being hurt badly in the first round with the body shot. So he showed his stones in that fight and almost got Amir Khan out of there. And he beat Prime Victor Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Horn don't have them type of bodies. He doesn't have that body count on his resume. Devin Alexander, you know what I mean? So to me, I don't want to see Jeff Horn versus Floyd. Besides that, Floyd has, unless he switches his mind, which he's definitely entitled to do with his career, he's made it clear that I'm not really, this is my last one. It's too grueling, all these training camps on my body. I'd rather disappear and do the behind the scenes stuff after this Conor McGregor. And he's going to make so much money from the Conor McGregor. I mean, really, what is he going to get for Jeff Horn? Like, to be honest, you know what I mean? Like, I think he would make more money fighting even a Keith Thurman than Jeff Horn or Sean Porter if you're going to fight that style, like a rough style. You know what I mean? I think those are probably bigger money fights. Jeff Horn, I'm not taking anything away. He did his thing with Pacquiao. If you had him winning, you had him winning. That's cool. But me personally, I don't want to see the Mayweather fight. I don't see it. But I mean, I can't knock somebody's hustle. Of course, Jeff Horn's going to ask for that and try to request it. That's another big money fight, and he feels he can beat him or whatever. So, you know what I mean? Of course, he's going to pitch for that. And the other thing is, Mayweather has his own business dealings with him, Mayweather Promotions, Al Heyman, Leonard Ellerby. I don't really sense that Mayweather Promotions, especially when it comes to Floyd, I don't think they're really in the market of working with Top Rank more than need be. I mean, and I think that's evident by Tank Davis versus Lomachenko. That's a fight people want to see. But Mayweather was like, oh, he's over there on Top Rank. Let them do, wish him nothing but the best. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think business-wise, especially for that fight. Like I said, Pacquiao, that would be stupid for them not to have ever fought because that was just too much money to pass up. But this, Jeff Horn, it ain't going to be no type of money like that. So, or like even Conor McGregor money. So it's not going to be like, oh, you're a fool if you pass this type of money up. So I just don't see him working with the other side. Moving on. Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, let's see it. I would pick both of them to beat Jeff Horn, personally. But, I mean, who knows? People pick Jeff Horn to easily lose, and then he came out with the victory unanimous decision over Pacquiao. So, see, that's the thing with me. No matter what my personal opinions are on fight predictions or nothing, I never cock block the fight. I never tell you guys, oh, I don't want to see that, or they don't deserve it when they do deserve it. Yeah, he deserves it. He beat a legend in Manny Pacquiao. He had him leaking like a stuck pig and bleeding, and Pacquiao didn't look great in the fight. Even though I had Pacquiao winning, real is real. I'll call a spade a spade. Pacquiao did not look good in the fight. I mean, he made for an entertaining fight, but he didn't fight smart. He was letting Jeff Horn ragdoll him, bully him, get off consecutive shots on the ropes, uppercut him, you know what I mean? So it was an entertaining fight, but it wasn't a smart fight from a guy who has way more experience than Jeff Horn. But fair credit, fair play to Jeff Horn for producing those results. Like I said, Errol Spence, make it happen. Let's see it. He said he's food. Errol Spence said Jeff Horn was food. Let's see. You know what I mean? Same thing with Keith one-time Thurman. He just got married. He's coming off of an injury. He makes for exciting fights. Let's see it. You know what I mean? He has 2 belts. Because then it'll really get cracking. Keith Thurman, if he beats Jeff Horn, then he gets the WBO belt. So that means he has 3 belts. Errol Spence got to see Keith Thurman at that point. You know, or actually, let me rephrase that. Keith Thurman got to see Errol Spence because that'll be the missing link. You know what I mean? Because I think Errol Spence wants to fight more than Keith Thurman. You know, I keep it real. I keep it a buck. Let me know what you guys think. Props to Jeff Horn for the victory and just showing face and try to get out there more. I mean, like I said, I don't never knock no one's hustle unless it's just like some foolishness. But I mean, he's coming over to the Americas and trying to make a name and get more publicity, calling out for Floyd Mayweather. I mean, that's what you're supposed to be doing, especially if you're a champion. And actually, real talk, and this is no shade to Pacquiao, but where Pacquiao's at, oh, I'm part senator, my country, and like where his mind is, this is actually better for boxing because whether I think, that's the other thing about me, I keep it so real with y'all. The other thing about me is this. Whether I think Jeff Horn stands a chance with the other champions, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, or not, I appreciate that he's at least even calling them out because I didn't really see Keith Thurman calling out Errol Spence. He might have called out Danny Garcia, but I didn't really see him calling out Errol Spence. Errol Spence was like, man, I want this, this, and that. I want Pacquiao. I want Keith Thurman. I want Danny Garcia. I didn't see those guys really even jumping up for joy to fight him. You know what I mean? Amir Khan, and even though he's not a champion, I didn't see too many people like chomping at the bit to fight Errol Spence. So real talk, I at least respect, whether I think he'll win or not, I respect Jeff Horn for uttering those words and mentioning Errol Spence. This is actually better for boxing because Pacquiao, we know with where he's at in his career, it's been proven. I just did a video about it. He does not want smoke with certain people. Oh, we want Mikey Garcia. You want a lightweight? and you fight at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Mike Garcia is talented. Maybe he can even beat Pacquiao at this point. I don't know. But why are you, out of all, it's just like a teacher in a classroom of 30 students, and then they're like, oh, who has the answer to this question on the board? And there's 5, oh, me, 5 students eagerly raising their hand and like lifting their hand, me, pick me. And then you don't pick them, and you pick someone in the back who's fucking sleeping and shit. You know what I mean? Head down and clearly an F student and not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So that's just an analogy. I'm not saying these fighters are F students, but you guys get what I'm saying. There are people who are screaming on Pacquiao, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. They wanted to fight, and Pacquiao wasn't trying to fight them. And it was very apparent. Sean Porter said he wanted to fight. Keith Thurman called out Pacquiao. So to me, this is actually better for boxing. It's better because Jeff Horn is willing to let his O go or whatever and face the best, or at least from what he's saying, until otherwise proven, until somebody shows me some proof that they tried negotiating with Jeff Horn and he was just so difficult to deal with. So props to Jeff for that. Let me know your opinion. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.